Hi guys, how you doing? So just to give a quick update for what's been going on. Getting very close to being able to put the engine and gearbox back in, at least from a car preparations perspective. I've got all the wiring loom, well at least the body loom is all in place now. So I'm ready to go, which is good. Took a little bit of remembering. And what else? Oh, I've got the brake lines are now in place, so that's good. All hooked up, which is great. So what else? Lots and lots of jobs knocking about. Engine mounts are all ready to go. All steering's all torqued up now. Yeah, so I've got to mount the horns. I've got to remember I've got the wiring harness for the engine here, but I've got to sort that out because I can't really remember. I have to dig through the old videos and sort out where that's going. But yeah, it's been a pretty productive day. I think I would probably be tempted to put the engine in tomorrow, but I don't know, we'll see how I feel in the morning. I've still got a few jobs I want to check over on the engine and gearbox before I put it in, so even though I want to get it in tomorrow, I think I'll probably hold off and go from there. What else? So yeah, I've put the driver's seats gone back in. You can't see it, so I'm gonna put it. It was a lot easier than getting it out because the old bolts were rusted. Yeah, getting a bit of a dust off. She's been covered in it. So I've got a few jobs, a couple of light switches to repair. I've got to get the shift light refitted and that, and then I can get this scuttle panel still just sitting here at the moment. It's not bolted onto anything, so I'm going to drill this out and put some rib nuts in, and obviously then do the fixings that are below. There's a few bits of in the car. I'm not sure what's where. I've got this bracket here, which I'm not sure where it's come from. I've got two of these, so that needs to be worked out. There's also some dog leg brackets. I think I'll find them, which I don't remember removing, which makes me think that the boys at Arch did it. These ones. So these are in one of the footwells, so I'm guessing they look like strengtheners or something, but I just don't know what for. So I'll take a picture of them in a minute. I'm going to put them on a forum, see if we can work out where they've got to go. So I don't want to get to the point where it's all buttoned up and then I've got a load of parts that I need to go and find homes for. But yeah, it's been a good day. I'm looking forward to the next bit. Chat soon. Cheers. Hi guys, it's Sunday here, and it's every Sunday I get the same thing. I'm going to turn the camera off today. But every Sunday I get the same thing, which is there's loads of jobs I should be getting on with or I should be finishing, and I can't be bothered. I don't know if you guys have the same thing. So I was desperate to have it, get the engine out from underneath the storage bit and get it checked over, do the few jobs I need to gear on the gearbox, so on and so forth, and then probably get in the car, because the car is ready for it. At least the space is ready for it. I want to get the engine loom on and then finish off doing all the wiring loom in the engine bay. But again, you know, it could wait. There's loads of other things to do. But nevertheless, that's what I wanted to do. So the bush that was here for the speed sensor, I bought a new one and I left it in the bag and I didn't look at it, which was a bad idea because it turns out that it's too small. The thread here is much too small for the sender, so that's £9 down the drain. And the reverse switch is in and that's all good. And we took the old broken engine mount off, so that's ready to go. Give this side a bit of a clean up so it looks a bit nicer, albeit for my own purpose only. So I thought I'd get out on the bench and get the alternator mounted before it goes in. Get a new belt on it. So I'll just give it a quick visual over, check over, Now, it's where you should check everything before you put it in. When I got the car, I couldn't get reverse when it was running briefly, and I could drive it up and down, albeit without any steering. I couldn't get reverse to back it out of the driveway, so I thought, oh, there must be a knack to it. And because the engine mounts on this side were bent and the gearbox mount was destroyed, this was sitting twisted, so I thought I couldn't get the shifter far enough over to get into reverse. So I thought, whilst just before I put it in, I should just run over everything. Now I still can't get reverse, so I've put a meter on the reverse sensor. I can't feel, it just feels like I'm getting first. Apparently it should be, oh, there we go. I think it's just stiff actually. I think I've just worked it out, because I was trying to push it down, it wasn't having any of it. I just literally leaned on it really heavily, and I think it's actually greased. It's a bit stuck up. So that'll be that. Oh well, there you go. So in that case, I'm going to strip that down and give it a clean up. It feels a bit notchy at best. And go from there. So well, I was just going to say, I looked online and it's meant to push down to get in reverse, but it wasn't pushing down. And now my mucking about of it's worked, so that's alright. I'll probably go into reverse now. In that case, if that engages fine, I'll give that a quick clean up, and then I shall look about getting the engine back into the body, hopefully this evening. But to be honest, today I've not been in a mad rush. I've just been pottering. I've built the pedal box and put all the pedals back in there and set them up. They were too close for my liking from the last owner, so I've put them on the next knocks back, and that feels pretty good. I don't know what else. Yeah, it's lots of fiddling today. So hopefully we can get the engine in and feel like I've achieved something. There's been lots of tidying up going on here and staring at odds and ends and just trying to have a bit of a sort out, but if we can get this in, then that's going to create a lot of space. Right, anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit. M12 1.5 pitch thread in the oil filter housing here, just in there now, and this is 1/8 NTP, National Taper thread fitting. So one adapter, and we're going to fit it. Now this setup here makes it a bit longer than the original, and it gets very close to here, this area here, and you can't directly wind it in. So I built this on a bench and then I couldn't get it in because it was hitting on the sump. So I'm going to try putting the adapter in first, get most of the length in there and see if this will wind the adapter. If not, I'm going to try and take the casting off the side here, the oil filter. I'm going to take that off the engine, fit it all together and put it back, see if it still fits. If it still doesn't fit, then I'm going to have to get an angled connector. But watch this space. I say that this and the gauge was £10 off eBay rather than £100 just for the gauge from Caterham. Hi guys, so where are we at? Got the engine back in. We've got this side of the car filter, so we've got the new, can't really see it, but gunmetal grey side stripes, the new 4-to-1 exhausts on. That fits nicely. I'm not sure how I meant to do like that nut down there, but wherever it is I can't see. There you go, that one underneath the number 1 bottom nut. We'll have to find a way of getting around that. Anyway, so that's mostly in. So yesterday, let's get the gearbox done, start finishing up underneath the car, getting the jobs done, get everything bolted up back there, for a switch on, speed sensor done, and then start working my way forward. What else we've got? We've got the oil lines are all sorted out now, so that's all back on. The Apollo tank's back in. The oil cooler's all pipes up. I really don't like this. This is how it was when we got it. You know, it's a bit of it's just, it's secure, but I don't like it. I'll have to come up with something else later on. But for the minute, it's in. So I'll say I'm just going to do fluids, get the rad on, and then get it run up. Now that it's correctly home. However, we have had a problem. So the gearbox, as you can see, the brown just under here. We'll get under the cart room, but this part of the gearbox casing is cracked. There's a crack along here, and then there's a matching one on the other side. Now, so that is not good. So for the minute, as it's all back together, I'm hoping to, even though it hasn't worked so far, try and stem. It's only a very small leak. I mean, I filled the oil up yesterday, 1.9 litres of the correct oil, something 4. Yeah, so put the correct oil on it. It only had a couple of drips, you know, no more than a little drip like that on the floor. But so I think if I can get a new casing sorted out, then I may well take it straight out. If not, then I'm probably going to try and leave it in for the minute, get everything else up and running and checked, because I don't want to get to the point where I take it all out, put it back in again, find another problem, and I've got to take it out again. So ideally live with the leak, get it all put back together, get it MOT'd. Hopefully it doesn't leak enough that it fails. Just give it a test drive, make sure the engine's running fine, there's no problems with that, everything else, and then as long as I'm happy, then that's fine, and we can then sort out whether I get an alloy casing or whether I can source another cast one. Either way, it's going to be engine out, gearbox strip, which was not ideal, but it's not past the abilities. It's just another thing that I could have done this months ago whilst I was waiting for the car to come back, but obviously that's how it goes. Other than that, what else are we doing? Well, I've got to change the setup here. I finally found out the brackets. I had some spare brackets. This being one of them, which goes on the inside facing outwards, which is why I had to change the fixings because I couldn't find what the fixings for it. I didn't take it out. And there's also a dog leg bracket which goes up here and across here, which is another brace spreader plate. So whilst we're doing that, doing the bulkhead, the scuttle panel, I'm riv nutting it this time. We're using M4 riv nuts so that it's easy to remove this if you ever need to do any work on the dashboard, because I don't really fancy on getting underneath there to try and sort out any wiring issues, where I'd rather make this removable. And then if we want to go aero screen later on, then I shall probably rebuild the original scuttle there and repaint it, put the aero screen on it, and then it's just a case of swapping one off for the other. But again, that's a future job. So I'm trying not to be completely downhearted about it. So I'm just going to try and carry on. I've got lots and lots of jobs to do, so it's not like I've run out of work to do. But has taken the wind down my sail a little bit. Hey ho, we'll move on. We'll move on. So yeah, bit gutted. Oh well. Anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. I'm pleased, however, Alistair Westall from the Facebook club has supplied the graphics, and despite me covering them in dust and all sorts, I'm very pleased with them. I'm sure they're going to be excellent when I finish them off. So I needed to get this side done so I could put the exhaust and the primaries in. Of course, that was now a bit of a pointless task, but so I'll get round to doing the other side, this side, and the bonnet and all that in due course. But yeah, I thoroughly recommend Alistair if you can, if you need any graphics. Right, catch up with you later on, gents. Cheers. Bye. Hi guys, how you doing? Been a fairly long Sunday here, getting stuff done. What we've been at? Well, I came out this morning. Obviously we've got the problem with the gearbox, which is just an absolute leak, but nevertheless, so that's cracked and leaking. Wonderful. Nevertheless, so I thought today we'd get engine filled with oil, prove all the Apollo tanks, connections and everything else, fill it with fluids, run it and see how it goes, and have a little listen to it, because it was a little bit rough sounding initially when we run out when it was first delivered. So excuse me. So we've I was going to come out this morning and just get it going, and I couldn't get it to start. I couldn't get power to the starter, and I couldn't work out why, whether it was the FIA switch, what it was. But it turned out in the end that there was a wire which I didn't know where it went, and now I do, which was this beautiful, very temporarily pushed on put wire, which gives power to the ECU, and then that therefore gives supplied power to that relay module on top. So she's now up and running. Good. So I've been bleeding the air out the coolant system. Seems to be quite a challenge. But yeah, at least a slight step forward. At least we can prove everything's good. And then start taking, I don't know if I'm going to take it out next, or I'm going to finish everything else off and leave it in there for the moment, and then take it out. It really depends on if I can source another gearbox or gearbox casing. If I find one comes up soon, then I'll whip it out straight away. If not, you know, we're so close to Christmas in time wise, I don't think I'm going to get it to a specialist or get any parts here now for Christmas. So I think, well, we'll get what I can get done, I think, and then we'll get it put away probably till the start of January, where we can get the gearbox parts. If I can get the parts, then I'll stick it on a bench and I'll rebuild it. If I can't get the parts, then I might just send it off and have some work done to it, but we'll see. That's by the by. So there you go, gents, or lads, ladies. Speak to you later on. Amongst all my mess, I started the car this morning and it had a weed on my floor. Oh, look, unbelievable. So I thought, well, that's that. Shut the engine off, and oh, look, the fitting that goes for the pressure sensor has sheared. Lovely. Thank you very much for that. Good quality part, clearly. Wonderful. Just another bit of stuff going wrong. On the outside, the headlights work and the indicators work. So this is great. Yes, that's at least sorted out. I think we've got all the electrical stuff sorted out now. Just got to sort the engine and the gearbox. Nothing major.